headphones. Headphones. Where are the headphones? Christ almighty, I can't do this without the headphones. Oh no, I don't want to put that in. Nope. It's not safe to give people your stream key, right? Right? It's pretty dangerous. Just gonna be there in right 1 moment, folks. Hope you don't get bored. Just give me a minute. Should have done this before, but okay. Time to call him. Time to call him. This is gonna be incredible. This is gonna be great. This is gonna be wonderful. Holy shit! I can't believe this is happening, and I'm beyond excited. Okay. Should be calling him now. What? Call him. Come on. Alright. Calling him. Chuck Williams, just the man I wanted to see. Give me a minute here. You okay? How you been?
I'm alright. How are you?
How am I? Holy shit. I've just been tired all day. I've mostly been sleeping in as of lately. And right now, I'm currently looking for my headphones so you don't start echoing into my mic and shit. You know, I should have probably got it before I called you, but didn't want to keep the people waiting. Oh, I don't know what people I'm talking about because there's clearly nobody watching, but hey, you know, I gotta reassure myself that I actually have an audience. Keeps me sane. So, how's your day been?
Why did you call me?
Why did I call you? Because I discovered something wonderful, and once I discovered it, I'm like, I I have to get the one and only Chuck Williams to read this shit because it's something you and I both enjoy, and there's a correlation. And give me a second. Crap baskets. Where the hell are my headphones? Jesus H. Christ. Okay, I can't find them. I can't find my own godforsaken headphones. Holy crap, this is already going to hell. Charlie, is there a reason I'm incompetent?
Why do you call me?
Why'd I call you? I wanted to show you something. I just found...
why aren't you showing it to me?
Because, I'm currently podcasting, and I need to look for my headphones so you don't have to go into the mic, Charlie. That's how these things work. What?
Why didn't you do that before you called me?
Look! I'm sorry, okay? I wanted to get this done quickly. I got excited. Give me a break.
Speeding it up.
What?
You're slowing it down, I mean.
What do you mean I'm slowing it down? How am I slowing it down?
By wasting time, like this could have happened, faster.
You know what? You're always judging me. You're never there for me. You know?
What do you mean?
You're never there for me. You don't support me. You don't support what we have. Okay. You know what? Fuck it. I'll do it without the headphones. I guess I'm not even sure how good your audio is here, but anyway. So, you know what I've discovered? I've discovered that Twitter is a horrible place. And it's filled with just so much bullshit that I don't like dealing with on a constant basis.
Well, it depends on what part of Twitter you're on.
Yeah, and I'm on the part of Twitter. I think I'm on white liberal Twitter. That's the Twitter I'm on, and that's the type of people I engage with constantly on a daily basis. And what I've discovered is on both sides, it's kind of annoying. So like whatever. But every now and then, Twitter gives me a. And for those of you who aren't even listening, yeah, Charlie, you're familiar with RLM, aren't you?
Okay. Yeah.
And you're also familiar with the current rivalry between them and William Shatner, aren't you?
I don't think that's a rivalry. Why?
Well, I think he might have recently made an article about RLM. At least I think that's what this is.
Okay. Are you gonna show me what you're looking at?
Yeah, I'm gonna send you a link. I should have done it before. I think this is. I don't know what this is, but like he wrote a very long piece about them, or at least the current situation. And I've been reading a little bit of it, and it's just wow. It's something else, and I can just imagine Mike
Don't roll
Stokloska.
your eyes just yet. This isn't about politics or social justice warrior type issues. Well, I suppose you could apply it to both those topics, but this is more about lessons of hubris and bruised egos gone bad within the world of social media. I know that you are thinking, here's Bill Shatner, king of egos, if you listen to some of my former castmates, talking about hubris. And then he's got upper eye emoji.
Yeah,
thing.
upper eye emoji.
He has a nerve.
He loves using that one on Twitter.
Then he has like a deep nose exhalation emoji.
Yeah, like he's exhaling. He's got to let out. He's got to let out the negative energy. Just so he doesn't.
Taking a deep sigh.
Yeah. All right. What is it? Maybe
Like
so, but I also have
Something
a point
that.
to make here on toxicity of House of Cards. Wait, what is he? What is it? Chuck.
House of Card oligarchs.
Okay. What is
What?
that? What do you think he's talking about?
I don't know.
I don't know either. What? Is he talking about America and how like we're currently an oligarchy?
People who obsess over House of Cards.
I suppose so. An oligarchy that constantly obsesses over like a house of cards and you just gotta tell him what those house of cards or else they'll.
I'm just gonna keep reading.
Okay.
Maybe he'll explain. The other point I will make up front is that what follows is my own viewpoints and my side of things. I don't know their. I don't. I know. I was reading. I don't know there are two sides. I know there are two sides to every story, but I'm going to try to be fair in how I present my side though I know it will be biased towards me.
How does he already assume there's going to be a bias against him if he's
I'm
talking?
guessing he probably didn't watch the video. They
No.
did, like a whole video where they
What? You there?
they did a whole video of
Yeah, I saw
by
it.
House of Cards oligarchs. Does he just wait? Oh, I see the toxic empires of ego oligarchies. That's his.
That the puppies?
So I mean, like a House of Cards, right? Like, wouldn't a House of Cards just acknowledge that there's like a causation, like there are multiple reasons why something happens?
I suppose. You know what? Let's just keep going. Maybe we're just judging too quickly here. He might actually have some good points. All right, where were we?
I have a history of speaking my mind online.
Mm-hmm.
I'm heading into my 9th decade alive, and I've seen a lot of things, but enough is enough with some of this bad behavior of people under the guise of a cause. And this is where you can begin to apply to whatever you want: politics, social justice, current events, etc. I'm not going to go there. You can if you want. He's not going to go there, but you can.
I mean, he's constantly telling people on Twitter that he's not political. But I mean, I suppose that's kind of true, but I just... He's Canadian. Why would he care about American politics? Anyway.
He lives here.
Oh, he lives here?
Yeah.
What is? Oh, right, California, right.
I think he also has like a ranch in Nebraska or something, so he can ride his horses.
Right. He constantly talks about his equestrian efforts out there. He loves his equestrian stuff. People are no
People
longer.
are no longer seeing the word social as anything more than a chance to debase and wallop people that they think their eventual prize is. I do not have a clue. It's what they do. However, social media platforms seem to be the latest primordial soup recipe that breeds these toxic types online. Fame and celebrity have powerful perks and dire drawbacks. You get special treatment and first available tables at restaurants at times, but everyone wants to meet you. Everyone wants to get a selfie with you, and in the case of the toxic types, everyone wants to have a go at you. Yeah, William Shatner doesn't like taking selfies with fans. He refuses.
Yeah, I would suppose so if people have been asking about it since like the invention of it. But
I watched some type of like where like he's like going to Japan with a bunch of elderly celebrities, and there's the actor who plays the Fonz, Henry Winkler.
mm-hmm.
And Henry Winkler's just like posing with all these people who are like on the street, and like William Shatner like refuses to even stand next to them. He's like, no.
Henry Winkler's a good dude. Like he's decent.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I've always liked him, but I mean, I can understand where Shatner stands in that regard. I mean, I get annoyed too if a bunch of random people just kept asking me about that shit. But where are we here?
Over the years, I've had the most idiotic battles with people. I was included in a tweet from a friend, a noted actor, a former football star, in a tweet that had a number of people he included. I replied back to my friend, which also included the other people mentioned. One of them, a late-night radio host on Fox Sports, decided that because I responded and he was included on the tweet that I was his new BFF, and as his new BFF, I needed to come onto his radio show.
I guess in that regard,
I don't know this guy from the proverbial hole in the wall, but here he is inviting me on his show. I tell him I don't know you, but thank you. But I declined as politely as I could in the two-dimensional text environment of Twitter. Apparently, the fact I didn't know who he was, other than for a CC on my friend's tweet to me, shrugged shoulder, was unacceptable. Now I crossed a line in his ego. Well, I think Shatner's ego was what was crossed.
But clearly, but I guess he's not seeing that. But then again, everybody has an ego on Twitter, but so like can't blame him entirely.
I had to make an appearance on his show. He was not taking no for an answer. As comical as it sounds, it's basically what's happened. So he wasn't backing down, I wasn't going to spend time arguing back. I blocked him. Or he could have just ignored him.
Well, blocking is the best way of getting rid of people for him, I think. No shame in it.
As comical as that sounds, it's basically what happened. So as he wasn't backing down, and I wasn't going to spend time arguing back, I blocked him. Oh, wait, I just read that. Whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Another checklist no with these ego oligarchs, like myself. It doesn't say that.
That's not on the article, folks. That was Chuck's brilliant.
He decided to go get his revenge to my telling the world that I had no idea who he was. He went on this show, told his fan base what I had done. Yes, it was horrible. An actor guy didn't know him or his late night show on Fox Sports. Bad Bill. Shame on Bad Bill. I had committed the ultimate sin. I didn't give him the last word as I blocked him. Let that sink in. I blocked him on Twitter because he was being an ass, and I had no idea who he was. He knew full well that his fans would do. They would attack me, and he would get enjoyment out of it. And they did. They harassed me for years. They are such a bizarre bunch of mindless types. It's been. Wait, does he think that RLM are a Fox Sports show?
No. I think he's leading into that. I think this is like the
Okay.
prelude to that.
Bizarre bunch of time peer pressuring each other to do things. This was their sport. As quickly as I could block them on Twitter, they would create a new account. The host show's producer got on, I think, like the best way to like probably like get through to William Shatner would probably be like to like be on good terms with like a relative of his,
Yeah, date his daughter or something.
as opposed to like, harassing him directly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, he either needs to be left alone or he just needs to like leave everyone else alone.
Yeah. Poor old guy just on Twitter, trying to engage with whatever.
What's this medium.com? Like, why did they decide to publish this?
No, this is him. This is his writing.
What, medium.com is all him?
Well, no, I think he just published it through this platform.
Yeah, why this platform?
I have no idea. I'm just
okay.
He's getting the RLM. You're getting there. It's close.
The host show's producer got in on the action, fanning the flames to get fans to continue to attack. So it was over-ego oligarchism. As I said on for years, it seemed every time there was a lull in news, the host would mention my name. I'd wake up to a timeline filled with vulgar tweets from his fans. One has to be pretty sad to carry a grudge. Well, I mean...
You're writing an article. What? To like people who apologize to you, but whatever.
I don't know. Like I don't think that he whoever's like Bill Shatner wouldn't come on my show. Like I have a feeling that once again, it's not his doing. Like, he didn't call in his fans to probably harass Bill Shatner. They probably just did it of their own accord.
Because that's what people were like online.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess he attributes that to the actual person inciting it. But, where were we? What?
I mean, somebody can always just listen to, like, an old episode and do the same thing. If
yeah.
We're really that. One has to be pretty sad to carry a grudge that far back. Then again, I assume the late night sports radio probably isn't the most exciting career to have either. Especially right now. It doesn't say especially right now either. It all came to an undramatic end when one of his fans donated to my charity to have the host unblocked. I took the donation, the charity benefited, and I unblocked him. What?
What?
Oh, so okay.
Okay.
Oh, he unblocked him. Okay.
Okay.
His fan base screamed victory, and I rolled my eyes and giggled like a schoolgirl at this, and never heard from him again. He's still unblocked by me to this day. By the way, where did it? I lost my place.
By the way, as a side note.
No, yeah, but no, like it jumped to the top of the screen, and I wasn't at the top of the screen.
All right.
So no.
Let me see how you sound. Sorry. He doesn't like hearing his own voice, folks. Oh. Just give him a moment. He'll get there.
I'm looking for BTW.
BTW. It's there.
As a side note, and who am I to take a golden opportunity to promote my charity is the Hollywood Charity, our horse show. I support 20 or so different charities, mostly children and veterans, equine-assisted riding therapy. If you want to donate to it, you can donate here, horseshowtickets.org.
I'm glad he took the time to donate that. That's actually pretty decent of him.
And then it went to the top of the screen again for some reason. So now I have to... Okay. As you can see, if you click the link, I offer an option to get unblocked by me.
What's the number? What's the number? Tell the audience the number.
Then $500.
$500 to get on block. Keep going. Okay. Let's go on. Let's move on. What the
What was the point of the years of his fans harassing me? Why did it jump to the beginning? Top of the screen?
Is your iPhone messing up again? Is it what model do you have?
Yeah, I think it could be the fact that I'm not looking at it on Safari. It could just be the fact that I'm looking at it in Messenger. So now I've opened it up.
Okay.
On Safari.
That's why I don't mess around with like iPhones. Although I've got plenty of problems with my Android. So $500 to get unblocked on Twitter. That's just wow. It's totally worth it. I think when you think about it.
What was the point of the years of his fans harassing me? Ego? Spitefulness? I'm not quite sure, but he's the first of the oligarchs that I dealt with. What is an ego-oligarch? I'm not is it like that's how he's put ego in capitals there? So, and then he writes oligarch. So like I was going ego oligarch. But then I realized there's one O. So are they just ego-oligarchs?
I think maybe is this some sort of special like
ego-oligarchs?
Maybe this is some kind of like special Canadian grammar that we're just not understanding.
No, I think it's a term that he made up and he thinks it's smart. Because they are an oligarchy of ego. But like he is at the mercy of this minority of people, which he's referred to as ego oligarchs.
Mm-hmm. What do you think is the political stance of these ego oligarchs?
They're ego.
Oh, right. Okay.
They want to have all the ego.
All of
they
it.
They want him. Yeah, they can't let him have his ego. They have to. They want all the ego. Spite him with their ego.
Do you think this might be the party that Kanye runs under after the birthday party's over? The Ego Oligarch party or something?
The birthday party?
Yeah, the birthday party. That's what he's running as. That's what he's running with. Yeah, he's running with the birthday party. Him and Elon Musk.
The birthday party.
Yeah, something like that.
Wait, so Elon Musk is his vice president?
No, I think Elon Musk might be funding it or something like that. Although I don't think he can run.
He said that he would support Kanye West for president, but in 2024.
Oh, well. That's going to be fucking terrifying. I mean, Trump ran in 2012.
It's someone who has some kind of following, but isn't necessarily widely known outside a certain geographical or topical area, but uses the fan base they have to justify their egotistical needs to know and teach people that they are someone. So, which would include RLM, but RLM didn't necessarily incite, It's just a bunch of fans did it without their consent.
Yes.
That's my loose definition. I'm trying not to be super critical, but it's hard not to be when you try and wrap your head around some of these types.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you dismissing this as a fandom battle, it's more than that. I do understand that fans feel loyalties and sometimes do really stupid things, but a line does get crossed when people send their fans after someone else to teach them a lesson. Some fandom battles are legendary. Star Trek is better than Star Wars. See, I told you that I'd be somewhat biased. Wink.
Somewhat?
But it's all harmless fun. I'll tell you a secret between the late actress Carrie Fisher and me. Carrie was the queen of Star Wars, and I am looked at as the head of the Star Trek world. Sure you are. So when we got together,
I was
on
always
Twitter
more of a
and in
Picard
real
guy.
life, things are going to happen. Carrie loved her fandom. I love my fandom. Do you? Do you love your?
Okay. All right.
Messed up.
I accidentally took out the XLR mic.
So what does that mean?
I accidentally plugged out the mic. I hope it didn't affect anything, but we should be good.
So was I on mute this whole time?
No. I think I might have accidentally unplugged the mic for just like a brief second because I've got wires and shit wrapped around me. I've got a terrible setup. Yeah, I don't even have a mic stand. I've actually just got the mic in my hand, and a part of it is wrapped around an old lamppost that I don't even use anymore.
You could just, use the laptop mic.
No, that's bad. Nobody wants to listen to that. Professionalism, Charlie.
I love my fandom, and we defended our fandoms. Carrie would be vicious, so I would get these messages sent by her either apologizing for what she said or warning me she was going to say some unflattering things about me in her tweets. That was how much she cared about what she was saying to others. She wanted me to know that it wasn't her true feelings. That's interesting. It became a comedy routine, and the fans loved it. That's a legendary fandom battle. No one gets hurt, everyone enjoys themselves, and life moves on. However, what has been happening in the past few years is ugly and disturbing. I think the paradigm shift in toxic fandoms probably was best illustrated in Gamergate.
Oh, Jesus Christ, he's going to Gamergate. Okay.
I often wonder, there are all these people who were supporting conservative beliefs on YouTube, and I was like, where did these people come from? And I find out it all came from Gamergate.
Yeah, that was the catalyst.
Why is this a big thing? Why should I care about it?
You shouldn't have, and I'm glad. I'm envious of you, Charlie. I'm envious of your lifestyle. Of you not understanding, the fucking current internet, political culture, and it's just weird, toxic history that made everybody fucking miserable.
There's a lot of young millennial type people who were Trump supporters. I think because of Gamergate. And I think now in the Trump presidency, there are not Gamergate. That Gamergate generation has died down just due to Trump's policies.
Mm-hmm. They're slowly dying out.
Trump voices are stronger, so that's good.
They're slowly dying out. It was an era that I do not want to go back to, but I'm curious to hear what William Shatner has to say about it.
I'm not going to get into the particulars or choose a side in what happened, but a lot of really cruel and unnecessary actions by both sides showed how ugly and toxic social media has made fandoms and their members. Personally, I think it was the spark for many other causes that got ugly.
I mean, the both sides thing was kind of weird because because I feel like the Gamergate people just evolved into incels, and I don't even know what the anti-Gamergate people evolved to. I guess LeftTube? But I
don't know what there were anti-Gamergate people.
Well, just people who were against people who were inciting the Gamergate theory or whatever, which just eventually it just became.
Wasn't the Gamergate people just people who were like, oh no, they're making the women look less sexy?
No. I think it was some woman made a video game or whatever that got good reviews despite the fact that it was poor or whatever, and it's it was implied that she might have slept with some guys to get those reviews, and then it became this whole argument about ethics and journalism. Look, I'm there's plenty of videos describing the oral history of this shit from an unbiased point of view, so it's and it just became to a point where nobody even knew what the fuck they were even fighting about anymore. And it just became this. It just became this whole thing, and like kind of like World War One. We just we just fought until we didn't even realize what we were fighting for anymore,
Well,
and then just moved
I feel
on.
like that's where like all this sort of like outcry against like all this political correctness and like modern media started.
Mm-hmm. We've had 4 playbacks so far. I don't know if that's good or not.
Playbacks?
Yeah, or like I think people just playing back. We got one current viewer so far. Last time, we had 2 for a moment. We're doing good.
Okay.
Okay.
What it did was set the line of decency so far off its original mark that everything that came after it, what went even further astray, was considered acceptable by the social media fan bases. And even in the world of Star Trek, you have these ego oligarchs that it's not George at all.
And it's not George at all.
How many of you went there, though? George and I are fine in our battle, is petty compared to others. Okay, the Decay feud.
Right. You know about that.
There's a YouTube channel run by a couple of
Here we
gentlemen,
go. Here we go.
and I use that term loosely,
Oh, come on.
who do a series of shows on YouTube. They claim it's not a podcast, but they make fun of podcasters and fanboys.
Oh no. Oh, no.
They've developed a large following of fans, similar to Ego Oligarch 1 from above. These fans are mean, reckless, and think it's fun to harass. It's caused by hubris in excess. Let me set up the situation.
Are you doing a Shatner impression right now?
No.
Okay.
Last year, August 2019, I was approached on Twitter by a blue-checked individual from Breitbart.
Oh.
Isn't it Breitbart?
I think so. The lady at my who runs like the
Chris Tomlinson. Wait. Is this individual actually from Breitbart?
I don't know. Let me look him up.
Please look up Chris Tomlinson.
I'm looking up Chris Tomlinson right now. How do you spell that? Oh, it's right there. Chris Tomlinson. Like the lady who runs like the history club pronounces it Breitbart, so I guess that's how it's pronounced. I think last episode I was telling the guys about her Epstein Hillary Clinton memes. Weekend at Jeffries. Remember, I sent you that, I think. Who is this guy? Chris Tomlinson. I'm not seeing anything from Breitbart. I'm just getting... What is this guy? Has written commentary on business, energy... No, this isn't him. What's his Twitter handle?
Tomlinson CJ.
Okay.
It's Tomlinson. So Tomlinson.
Okay. This guy from Breitbart? Yeah, he's from Breitbart.
Okay.
English Canadian. High Tory populism.
Okay.
Okay.
I had never heard of them. I didn't know what it was, so I jokingly made a reference to the Pet Shop Boys song, who did a song called Red Letter Day. Another person then cleared it up.
Okay.
The Red Letter Media account then messaged me saying, "How could you not have heard of us?"
Oh, Bill, how could you not have heard of us? We were formerly called the Pet Shop Dudes, so I understand the confusion. I remember this. I was actually there for this engagement. I thought nothing would come of it.
At this point, I'm thinking that this is all connected, not just some random blue check guy asking out of the blue if I would do their show, which is apparently what happened. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So he acknowledges that there's some type of
YouTube channel.
flaw in whatever he was thinking at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I then get a link to their YouTube channel. Don't know if they sent it or the blue check, or someone else did, that tweet seems to be missing mysteriously.
Mm-hmm.
But I did respond to them directly saying, I looked at their channel and thank you, but I don't book podcasts. I answered the podcast question so many times that I created a bit link for it. No podcast. I'm going to click on this link. Open a new tab.
Okay. I'm going to do the same. This just sent me back to Twitter.
Yeah, it sends. Is this a? Oh yeah, it's his latest tweet, actually.
Okay.
Yeah. Or it's like all the tweets where he mentions podcast.
Okay.
Just so they know that others have asked for years. Their response: "What's a podcast?" Ooh, it's like they're going through the entire situation.
Uh-huh.
Red Letter Media people did in their video.
Uh-huh. It's interesting to hear the other side.
Oh, look. He here's the Macaulay Culkin exchange. He responds to
okay.
Macaulay Culkin
Well,
says,
Macaulay.
Bill, it's fun. And then William Shatner says, well, Macaulay, how are you? I had no idea you were bunny ears. I did the Nerdist only after he begged for 3 years. I can't let these guys off easy. Also, I give major outlets 15 minutes. I get bored after 10 minutes. It's not a good fit.
So he doesn't like interviews. Probably because he's 90 and he probably has been asked the same question over and over again for the past however many.
He'd fall asleep.
Yeah.
He'd fall asleep during Best of the Worst.
He did? He would. He would. I would not expect them to put him on Best of the Worst. I would just want Mike and like Rich to just talk to him about anything. Literally anything.
They just watched like one movie that he did.
Mm-hmm.
William Shatner doesn't like watching the movies and stuff he's worked on. So like, just imagine they like put on like 3 like 70s era like William Shatner movies, and like William Shatner would not enjoy that day.
He would just be miserable the entire time. Like I always said this.
Maybe what they could do is like Red Letter Media could watch like 3 William Shatner movies,
Mm-hmm.
and then they could like decide which is the best of the worst, and then interview William Shatner after on those movies. Kind of like how they interviewed Richard Hatch in like some bad movie that he was in.
Which one was that again? Richard Hatch?
He was a Battlestar Galactica actor who died like a year.
Right. Did you know that one of the ladies from the Battlestar Galactica TV show, the Reimagined, was actually a part of the that sex cult that Chloe from Smallville was in?
Yeah.
She was actually in one of their videos for briefly. She was like sitting on a table.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I saw. Yeah, it's the same video, I think.
Interesting.
She was just sitting on a table or something.
Yeah, I'm like, the minute I saw that, I'm like, holy shit. Yeah. How did we not see the signs?
Then even Macaulay Culkin encouraged me to do their show. You can see the reply. I joked about how the Nerdist Chris Hardwick begged me for 3 years to go on his show, and then an opportunity came up for a contracted need to do a podcast. I booked the Nerdist. Also, I say again, I give major media outlets 15 minutes. I get bored after 10, so it's not a good fit. So wait, there's 5 minutes when he's like being interviewed in a major media outlet where he's just bored out of the 10. So like I guess you physically see him like sag off in attention after 10 minutes.
Yeah.
If you ever watch an interview of him, it's 15 minutes long.
You could do like a social experiment on like boredom with him. Be interesting.
I mean, but then he can go on stage and like just talk about random stuff for an hour.
Maybe it's different. Maybe it's like he likes it better when he's like the interviewer.
When he's like in front of a crowd.
Yeah, when he's in front of a crowd and he can talk about himself. I think that's what he enjoys. And I can understand that to an extent. Like I'm not.
How many times have I turned them down at this point, even though they never directly asked me?
That's not in the article.
Is that I don't book podcasts. I do it for some friends like Alton Brown,
Who?
Adam Carolla, and Mike Tyson. And when I have a contractual obligation to do a podcast to promote a project, I get the company whom I signed the contract with to book a podcast, other choice. When one particular company asked me what podcast I would prefer to do, that's when I remembered Chris Hardwick's request, and they booked me with him. I had a good time. Chris was great. Alton I loved to death. I think Adam is funny, and who could say no to Mike Tyson? It's a pretty simple rule. I just don't like to do podcasts. I've turned down most of the major podcasters. Red Letter Media is not a podcast company, though.
Mm-hmm.
So why would I do a podcast of a group I've never heard of?
They're not a podcast.
My early experiences with podcasts were that people do them really are not professionals. That's obviously changed since 2013, with many professionals now doing podcasts. But 99% of the requests I get are about general interviews, and all they want to ask are questions about Star Trek or one of the other characters I've done. What else? What, like, that's your career. Like, what else should you talk about?
Mm-hmm.
I think RLM should just specifically focus on post the era of films
Mm-hmm.
between the two movies, like between like the motion picture and after the original series. They should just ask him questions about those roles.
Do you know any movies that he's done like that?
Like Kingdom of the Spiders, Devil's Reign.
See, if you want to know about like just Shatner knowledge and Star Trek knowledge, just get Chuck on. Chuck Williams, everybody, Star Trek extraordinaire.
No.
Yes.
And isn't there a movie he directed? Something to do with like the invasion of some lake thing.
I'm
It was
not
supposed
sure.
to be like purposely bad.
Oh, is it like Adam Sandler's? This is like the movie Adam Sandler's going to do after he didn't get the nomination.
I don't know what you're talking about now.
No, like Adam Sandler said he was going to make a purposely bad movie on Netflix if he didn't get the nomination for Uncut Gems. I guess it's different.
Okay.
Do you want me to read on, or because I think you're getting tired?
I'm just surprised how far this goes on for.
Uh-huh.
But 99% of the requests I get are about general interviews, and Star Trek I've done.
Mm-hmm.
They want 30 minutes to an hour plus for their show, and I just want to get in there, promote what I have to do, and get out. I give national media 15 minutes. Plus, the reach of some of these podcasts are grossly over-exaggerated. I can post something on my social media accounts and have it seen by exponentially more people, for the most part, than a lot of these podcasts. So that's my tirade about why I don't do podcasts. And please do not try to convince me how wonderful they are. I don't want to waste an hour or so of my day being asked questions that I've been asked thousands of times before. Or they could just, watch some old movies with him.
Yeah, that'd be neat. Of course, he doesn't like
talk
that.
about completely random, like they could just watch some westerns and you could just talk about I don't know. They could talk about anything.
Yeah, I feel like I always said this. If I had to like interview George Lucas, I wouldn't talk to him about Star Wars. I would just talk to him about like being one of the pioneers of old Hollywood and shit. And like, how does he feel about like his children's?
How Ashby.
Yeah, or something.
Like Harrison Ford went on to Craig Ferguson
Mm-hmm.
to promote the movie he was in 42, and then Craig Ferguson just asked him questions about planes for 10 minutes, and they just had a conversation about planes.
And it was probably the most enjoyable interview.
It was Harrison Ford did not expect that to be what he was talking about at all.
That's what celebrities just want. They just want to be talked about. They just want to be talked to like normal people. Harrison Ford don't give a shit who shot first. He just wants to play with planes and shit. That's what we got to understand.
My refusal to do their show opened the floodgates of their fans to harass me.
Oh my
that
God.
How dare I call it a podcast? I need to go on the show, etc. So, like a Fox Sports person, I blocked the account. The two hosts of the fans, all that happened in August of 2019. Fans forward to this
Fast forward.
past week. I mentioned their name in it. Coincidentally, I podcast tweet. A gentleman asked me very politely to be on his YouTube channel to be interviewed. I replied,
Thank you, but I don't do podcast or streaming media, just in case you are affronted by the term podcast. Sorry. All right. And that's the quote
can
below.
you turn? Plus, who can turn down this sweet tweet? Okay. I was just covering all the bases in case he came back with I don't do podcast, do a streaming media show on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Or some snooty reply. Okay.
Then someone else asked about people having a problem with the word podcast. I answered and used red letter media. Yes, I called some YouTube show a podcast and declined their... Okay.
Okay. They were completely put out that I would dare call them a podcast, as if they were Walter Cronkite or something.
So apparently they got wind of it and they took the path of ego.
Walter Cronkite?
They did a video calling me.
No, he didn't watch the video. He didn't watch the video.
I honestly haven't watched it, but someone sent me the most important part of the video as a clip to watch because Mike is crying because he is so upset. No, I honestly don't know if this is even in their video or if it's some other video.
The video.
There, but it is the two of them.
Watch the video. Just watch the fucking video. They're cool. They don't. Just watch the video. What? Wait, what's this Vimeo link?
He's saying William Shatner is not coming on to one of our shows, and okay.
Okay.
I don't even think he watched this 45.
Oh my God! Did he just make this Vimeo account just for this?
What?
Yeah,
No, somebody else did. Oh, is it? Oh,
yeah, it's him.
Um,
Let me. Hey.
William Shatner is not coming on any of our shows. He never
I
will.
see one guy laughing hysterically while the
And
other guy
leave him
tries to
alone.
pretend he's been called a moron by me.
Because
Not true. And then makes a phone call. They say what they say specifically, like what the image is that he called a moron.
Mm-hmm.
And then makes a phone call joke using a phaser toy from another Star Trek series. What is important in this is the leave him alone message. Why would someone do all this and tell their fan base to leave me alone unless he knows exactly what they will do?
He didn't call you out. He didn't attack. I don't see what is his relationship with TOS anymore. Because is he more offended by the fact that they supposedly like called him out, or the fact that he's using a phaser from TNG, or is he? I don't know. Go ahead, Charlie.
The fact that their fans harass people should not be a surprise to them at all, and I don't think it is. In fact, just doing a quick search on Twitter shows large numbers of their fans tagging them quite proudly. Person XXX blocked them. It's a badge of courage, and their fan base is proud that they followed their directions. And
Nigga, all fan bases do this, my nigga. All fan bases do this. But okay.
Apparently, they didn't like CBS All Access and had their fans descend upon them. CBS blocked them and their fans too.
Okay.
Aren't they supposed to be Star Trek fans, or are they? And apparently Patton Oswalt was on their show, and for whatever reason he ended up blocking a number of their fans. In 2016, Red Letter Media apparently was telling their fan base that they were blocked by Uber fanboy director Kevin Smith.
Kevin Smith blocked them?
So Kevin Smith blocked him?
I know. What is this? When Kevin Smith had a heart attack and his friend Mark Hamill tweeted a get well to him, one of those wonderful fans of Red Letter Media took the opportunity right after the heart attack to post a tweet to hassle Kevin to unblock Red Letter Media. Maybe Kevin... But this is just a random tweet from one guy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
When Kevin Smith had a heart attack and his friend Mark Hamill tweeted to get well to him, one of those wonderful fans of Red Letter Media took the opportunity right after the heart attack to post a tweet to hassle Kevin to unblock Red Letter Media.
Okay. He found 2 people, and that makes up a majority of RLM fans. All right.
They might have not known about the heart attack, though. I don't know.
Yeah. Probably. Mike's hardly on Twitter, I think.
So Kevin has a heart attack. Heart attacks are serious. Mark tweets his well wishes to his friend and his uncaring demanding Kevin unblock me in the middle of this. Who does that? Are they even February? Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, the unblocking tweets are in May, and the heart attack one is in February. So, like, February and May are like...
May 2016?
Yeah, 2016, and then the Get Well Soon are in February 2018.
What?
So they're like 2 years... These tweets are like 2 years apart.
But he didn't look at that, did he?
No.
Oh boy. This is wonderful.
Red Letter Media. So, I assume that they realized that a new fan disaster was on the horizon because of that tweet by their fans to harass Kevin Media in his heart attack. Red Letter Media has to come clean. Kevin Smith does not have us blocked. Leave the poor man alone. He just had a heart attack. We wish him a speedy and full recovery. We all do, but can't stop thinking about that colostomy bag whenever anyone mentions Kevin Smith. Okay. Something did happen, but like it had nothing to do with these 2016 tweets.
Okay.
And that are used in examples on the like I have seen some YouTube video that says they have a feud with Kevin Smith, but I don't
They have been a bit rampant calling him a Lucas shill, which is something you can snipe at them for, but it's clear that that's not what Shatner is going on about, and I think he's misrepresenting the dates these tweets were in.
I don't think there are words to describe this kind of bizarre claim. They told their followers they were blocked to get sympathy.
Loyalty? Oh, he's asking a question. Okay.
Yeah. The reality is that they monetize their videos, and the last count, their boomer video on me was over 400,000 views.
The boomer was a joke comment. They even mentioned he's not even a boomer. He's silent generation. He's like boomer prime. Okay.
Basically, this is the likely reason they do this. They get their fans riled up, direct them to harass in their videos, and you see how caring these fans are for others. Kevin Smith is in serious condition after having a heart attack, and one of their fans is sending harassing tweets to him and Mark Hamill to unblock Red Letter Media.
Mm-hmm.
Red Letter Media has to come clean and say Kevin didn't block them, even as far. Oh yeah, so like he's cursing out the fans and not Red Letter Media themselves.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. Like I don't know who he's directing these attacks on. I think he just doesn't like this fan culture.
Yeah.
And this is the exact same thing that Red Letter Media talked about in their video.
It's like the same video, but a different, completely warped side of the. It's completely warped perspective of the situation. Okay, where were we? We're nearly done. I didn't want this to go.
And the fact that I blocked. Wait, okay. Okay. The fact that I blocked them, which apparently is the topic of their current video, should be really old news, as they brought it up in May of this year, too, in a video. Okay, in the Star Trek Picard review. So what they are doing is using the fan base they have cultivated into a mob of trolls to get eyeballs on their monetized videos without a care for anyone, and nobody has heard of these guys. But if all their videos are getting hundreds of thousands of views, they are laughing all the way to the bank. I found this article.
What is
this article?
CPM varies greatly. The average CPM in the United States is somewhere between $6 and $8, meaning an RPM of 45% of those numbers. Charlie, you're good at math. I think this is. Oh, is this how much money you get? This is how much money you get off of YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Cost per mil. What's a mil? Is the Latin word for 1,000. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Wait, what? Is this an American site or?
I don't know if William Shatner did the math.
What? No, he says so. Doing the match.
Doing the match, taking is the lower $6 per thousand. A 400,000 video makes $2,400, and then YouTube takes 45% of that number, so they make $1,320 at the very least on that one video by pushing their fans into an attack on me. So who is laughing all the way to the bank? The ego oligarchs, by the way, their apparent claim is that they never invited me on their show. So how many times did I decline a non-invitation last year? And did they ever say, hey, Bill, thanks, but we didn't invite you. Oh, and by the way, our buddy Macaulay Culkin egging you to do our show, and everyone else that's doing the same. We didn't know anything about they did. That is all your imagination, Mr. Shatner.
Which it is.
Well, I don't think they would hate it if like he did their show.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're going they don't have any control over these people until like it gets out of control. Then that's when they realize like, hey, you guys are out of control.
And I'll tell you this much: this happens with every YouTube channel, right? And this is why, like a lot of content creators, they've told me they don't even like being on Twitter or even like engaging with their fan base like this, because the minute that these type of rivalries happen, there's going to be a lot of people out there who can't read the fucking room and do shit like this. I just wish Shatner would just click on that video to learn that that's not what's going on here. Like they're not telling these people to do this shit. Like people are just dumb on these online platforms like this, but whatever.
Well, that's nowhere to be found. Instead, it's I lied about it, and I'm the villain for blocking them more than 11 months ago. So apparently, if they say it's not true, then it's not true, despite the video saying he's not going to be on our show. That appears to be true.
Now, what appears?
What appears to be true is that this YouTube show has a history of being blocked by studios and other notables because they send their fans to bully them. That's not what happens.
That's not what happens.
I wonder though if that's what the Fox Sports guy did. Sports guy is like, "Hey, everyone out there, I need you to."
I wouldn't put it past like a Breitbart news person to do that, but I'd like to look.
Fox Sports.
Oh, the Fox Sports guy, right. I'm sorry, I get Fox and Breitbart mixed up. I wonder why.
But Fox Sports.
I know. I'm making a dumb joke. Ignore my humor.
I'm still shocked by the fact that their fans tried to hassle Kevin Smith, who had just had a heart attack, to unblock them. What kind of mentality does that take to do something that egregious? And it all seemed to get views on their YouTube channel videos, which are monetized. If the view numbers are correct, they probably make a nice living off of sending their masses to attack people and flying under the radar in doing so.
Mm-hmm.
Do they? Does that promote their show in a positive way?
No.
Just,
Charlie, take it from a guy who's been watching RLM since I want to say 2015 or even probably even before that. RLM despises their fan base in a way that no other YouTube channel does. They you can almost feel the utter contempt they feel for their viewers. It's just sometimes it's seething out of the video to the point where it almost feels like you're in a sadomasochist relationship with them, where they're just like.
Is that all the is whoever replacing whoever?
Yeah. And that somehow extends into all their fucking videos.
Where did that come from? Where did those comments come from?
I don't know. No. Oh, you know what it is? It's like when their Half in the Bag show came out. I remember them saying this is not going to be replacing the Plinkett reviews, which it eventually did. And so now whenever they have a new show out, they're gonna be like, is this replacing X? Is this replacing that? Is this and it's the same joke over and over again, which happens all the time on the internet. Basically, RLM does not understand meme culture. And it leads to them just having utter contempt for their fan base. Hell, I don't even think that they like parts of their fan base that don't do that shit. They just despise people. They're miserable people, and that's why we love them.
They probably make a nice living off sending their message to attack people. Okay, I hazard to even comprehend what is next for. What is next for what? Aren't there bullying rules? Should these gentlemen really be able to monetize videos which stir up people to attack others while...
No.
Shatner has a very different definition of social media, censorship, or demonetization.
Boomer
While
Prime.
They play the victim, if anything, the money should go to fund anti-bullying campaigns. An education to teach young children not to bully. They're not necessarily bullying him though. They're just like, why won't you do the show?
Their fan base.
Look, Shatner's just like an asocial individual. That's just it, you know. And he's like, why won't you let me be alone? It's like, whatever.
Yeah. I'm not mocking the guy. I just find this shit hysterical.
Based upon materials found online, but I do find it disturbing enough to want to highlight the situation and put my cyber shtick in the stand on these issues. So I did say that I was looking forward to Shatner's response. I was hoping Shatner would do a video, but no, he wrote an article. So, okay.
My best, Bill. 386 claps.
Well, it even says I spent 15 minutes reading this on the thing.
Oh, wow, 15 minutes. It's been an hour and 4 minutes for us. I had promised that this was going to be a mini episode. I didn't know. I didn't know he was going to go this long. I guess I was rambling a bit there. Wow. Look. Here's the thing. I hope you don't think I'm trying to make fun of William Shatner here or that I'm hating on the guy. I just find this shit funny, and I thought, you know what? This will be this is an episode to get Charlie on. This would be a Charlie centric episode. Because I legit, like, you can even see that, like, you can even see the horrible thumbnail. I didn't even bother writing like I just like haphazardly scribbled out episode 2 and then just wrote mini episode on my tablet. Actually, no, I didn't use my tablet for that one. I actually just used the laptop mouse. So this is the funniest shit I've read all week. You know, I just wish he would click on the video. I just wish he would. Because it's like, if he had seen the video and he saw some things wrong with it about what they said, then I'm like, okay, so he's bringing. But no, he's an antisocial person. So I don't know, what do we want from him?
Asocial.
He's an asocial person. So like, what do we want from the guy? What do we leave him alone? Leave him alone. How old is he, Charlie?
90.
He's fucking 90, people.
I think he even says he's 90 in the.
He's 90,
and
it's like, he's about, how old is the Queen of England?
Like 95.
He's almost as old as the Queen of England, people. Leave him alone. Jesus fucking Christ.
I mean, but you know, the age difference between him and the Queen of England has never changed.
Huh?
That's always been respectively the same, like his entire life.
Oh wow.
Because you know they're both born like on the days that they were born, and like that's like never changed their entire life. Except
did I say he's as old, or he's almost as old?
I mean, like, except for the time before the Queen of England was the Queen of England, that's the time when like there was the largest age gap between himself and then the monarch of the United Kingdom.
See, this is why I have Charlie on. You have to have like a smart person on to bounce off you, and that's what I learned. How's your week been? I mean, we're gonna end this soon because I don't want this going. Because I promise this was a mini episode.
It's been all right. I've been looking into colonizing other planets.
Colonizing other planets? You gonna colonize Mars?
Nah, I've given up on Mars. You know.
I've heard they've got nice titty bars on Mars.
There's not enough gravity there. You wanna go someplace else.
We can fix that with like terraforming, I think.
Nah, you got to make the planet bigger to make it there. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Like you can make a breathable atmosphere on Mars, but you can't change the amount of gravity.
Holy shit, you're right. I guess we'd have to be.
So it's like what's the point in terraforming it?
We'd have to be living in like domes and shit.
Like I think it would make a lot more sense to colonize Venus. Venus is like too hot to live on the surface, but you could build like cloud cities, and you could live in the clouds.
Oh fuck! Like Cloud City, Star Wars.
Yeah.
Shit.
And then yeah.
That'd be cool. Mars is fucking cool though. It's only 6 months away, I think.
Yeah, and Venus is closer. So like, why aren't we putting more effort into like going to Venus?
Maybe we're gonna fix the gravity problem. I don't know.
I don't know. Like what they're talking about now is going to the moon, and then like you know, like figuring out like the infrastructure that you need to like go to other planets, and then there's something else they're gonna do where they're gonna capture an asteroid and then bring it to Earth. So like, you know, I support the current programming they got going on.
So I think that's like one of the few policies that Trump has done well. I guess he funded the space program.
Yeah. Because like Obama was just putting people on the Soyuz things.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're just riding Russian spaceships.
Mm-hmm.
Although apparently like some of the like Trump era like space policies did have foundations in like Obama, but like I think Trump's accelerated it. Trump's like, we're going to go back to the moon and Mars. but I feel like obviously like Mike Pence is doing more of the work than Trump.
Mm-hmm. Where he's running Space Force, or didn't he announce Space Force? Or who's running Space Force?
Well, I mean, everything is Trump in name.
Mm-hmm. Did you hear that?
But, like there's some general who's in charge of it.
Did you hear that the Steve Carell show actually got the trademark for it?
If you looked at like the Trump administration from just like a space exploration view, you'd be like, oh man, it looks all right.
Mm-hmm.
Looks all right.
But then from everything else, it feels like one big nightmare. It won't end. Probably will never end. Okay, but this has been an Unknown Pleasures podcast mini episode. Been an interesting turn of events with this Red Letter Media situation. I honestly thought he was just going to say fuck it and forget about it. But I actually found this because I think Colin, I follow him on Twitter, the VFX guy that's usually on Best of the Worst sometimes in review. I think he actually shared it. And all I could think of while like you reading it was just imagining Mike and Jay and Rich just scrolling through it, and Mike's just face just going dark and blank. Imagine having your own childhood fucking hero just going at you like this. Like what? Holy shit! It'd be like having Mark Hamill call me the N-word. I would not. I'm talking hard R N-word. I'd let Luke Skywalker say nigga. Just to hear him say it. But like, holy shit. All right. Thank you. This has been a relatively short episode of the. I think the last one was almost nearly 2 hours. This has been a relatively short episode of the Unknown Pleasures podcast. So thank you for joining. I'm Daniel Plainview of Metropolis Pictures, and I said
me.
Chuck Williams, news correspondent.
Yes.
That's your. We're gonna bring that back. Can we bring that back? We only made one episode. And I'm incredibly ashamed of that because that was a brilliant character.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, as a character.
That's a character. He's totally a character. People like him.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We have to go to like a rally. I think that's like we have to be equal about it though. So we'll have to go to like both a Biden and Trump rally just to interview people, just so what America's become.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's a shame because we just got a second viewer. But this has been a relatively short episode of the Unknown Pleasures podcast. Episode will be up for public viewing if you want to rewind and see what's going on. Hopefully, I didn't fuck up the audio this time.
That's where the real viewership is, Dan.
You
That's like you make some clickbaity titles, and then your podcast will get you'll get some of those post viewers.
Probably got to share it to Reddit or something. Of course, Reddit hates self-promotion. But anyway, thanks for listening.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Everybody.